My mother risked her life for me, and now you too. I should have saved you. I should have been the one to fill your dark soul with light!
This was my mother's. Now I'm giving it to you. My father's also here now. Rest in peace.
By the way, just something I want to point out, you know, for as meme-worthy as that scene might be, there is actually a little bit of significance as to, you know, what that scene is meant to be about, you know, Dante shedding tears over Trish's corpse. Yeah, in the Divine Comedy, there was actually a scene where Beatrice, you know, by the time Dante reunites with her, around about the time he gets to, I think it's nearby Paradise? Yeah, basically, Beatrice berates Dante for his sins until he cries, because Beatrice needed Dante to do this in order for him to survive his entry into Paradise. And I suppose, technically, that could be potentially where not Shinji Mikami, where Hideki Kamiya got the idea of, you know, Devil May Cry, as opposed to Carnival as a game title. I don't know. I just thought that might be a little bit more interesting than the typical tee-hee hoddle-ha bad voice acting. But in any case, now we gotta make a run for it, because it's time for a Resident Evil escape sequence. Yeah, I really love this escape music, it is pretty fucking sick, but yeah, you do have to get out of here, because otherwise, well, you will die. I don't think I've ever actually let the timer run out, so I really don't know what happens. Does everything explode, or does it just like a sort of like, oh, countdown's over, game over, or whatever? I'm really not too sure, but anyway, yeah, oh, it's closed due to the underworld collapsing. Game over. Well, I mean, again, that is so meant to tie into the whole idea that Mundus equals God. I mean, if God is gone, then who the hell's maintaining, I don't know, hell, heaven, earth? Well, technically speaking, who knows, really? Is it to be that without God, all of life shall become entropy and decay? Who knows, really? Anyway, religious epithets aside, yeah, we've pretty much, you know, put Sparta's sword with Trish's body. Fitting, given that she's Dante's mother, the Virgin Mary, and Beatrice all rolled into one. Although that does kind of shed a bit of bizarre light into what Dante's relationship with Trish was meant to be in regards to this game, because, you know, Beatrice, by some interpretations, was meant to be Dante's lover, or in some other cases, like a woman that Dante Alighieri knew and fancied in life, but, you know, never actually met until he made his journey into, you know, Inferno, Purgatory, and Paradise, so, yeah, bit open for debate there, whether or not, in the Devil May Cry terms, Dante was meant to have a thing for Trish. The game does kind of play it up like that a little bit, although, the rest of the continuity from, like, Devil May Cry 2 and 3 on was kind of play around as, Trish wanting to be her own person as opposed to, well, I suppose being a grim reminder of Dante's mother, so, yeah, kind of makes the ending feel a little bit more grim and, I guess does give a bit more credence as to why Devil May Cry 2 has Dante a lot more sullen, but in any case, with a chapter title like Mother's Guide, besides our Resident Evil escape sequence, all employees must run away because this will be aborted. And yeah, you can also beat up a few marionettes who are still bobbing about. Why they're not trying to escape as well is anybody's business, but heck, they could probably take their moving puppet act to Vegas. They'll make billions in red blood and demon orbs. But yeah, despite all this, we still have enemies to beat up, and it's really just sort of there to give us a stylish ranking, so yeah. Nothing really to say on that matter. But at the very least, we do get a stylish, so, you know, there is one aspect for it. But yeah, I mean, as for why this mission is kind of divided into two, I have no idea. But, you know, yeah, it does still pack a lot of frenetic pace, a lot of great energy, and, yeah. I don't know. I mean, if I could say anything about Devil May Cry is that it does pace a lot of its levels. Even if some missions are a bit shorter than others, it paces them incredibly well, and even in that aspect, I just really love how the game begins, gradually escalates, and the way in which it ends. I know I should be saving this for final thoughts, but you know, I may reiterate this, but you know, all the same, it's it just makes the sequence exciting as oh, everything's collapsing, we gotta run away. In any case, though, cutscene go now as we escape the demons.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Has been opened. Dante, you are not getting away. This is where you will die.
I'm not going anywhere. Besides, there's no place to go. Look around. This will be your burial ground as well.
Now that's one of my favorite Dante taunts. Serious, but at the same time still quite fun, and yeah, as Mundus slowly breaks apart, yeah, you're starting to see how very T-Virus inspired this final boss was likely meant to be when, you know, Mundus was meant to be Oswald Spencer, but yeah, if you'll remember back when we were fighting Mundus in space, yeah, we finally got to use Vortex with the last door. Oh, better late than never, I suppose, but yeah, we don't have Devil Sword Spider to finish him off. Oh, whatever will we do as we see his 3 G-Virus eyes? Well, looks like we're gonna need a little bit of extra help.
What is the matter? Here your powers are weak, human.
No. Dante, you'll be okay. You can do it.
What? Mother.
Dante, use my power!
Trish!
There we go. We, by utilizing Trish's power, build up enough Devil Trigger Gauge and let Ebony and Ivory take him down, and by the way, this is also the one instance where the jackpot one-liner makes sense. Not for the rest of the series, mind you, but acquiesced, I suppose.
It looks like we have a winner.
Jackpot.
I will return, and I will rule this world!
Goodbye. And when you do come back, give my regards to my son, will ya?
Trish!
Dante. Dante.
Trish. Devils never cry. These tears... Tears are a gift only humans have.
We're too late.
No, Trish. It's never too late. And we humans never give up. Are you ready?
Yes!
Let's rock!
seriously though, with that scene right there, I'm not sure if that was meant to imply any sort of romantic subtext between Dante and Trish. I'm guessing no, given that he looks like his mother. Either that or Dante has a massive Oedipus complex, which wouldn't be too far out of the realm of possibility, but in any case, basically, see the precursor to the Resident Evil 4 jet ski escape sequence, just done a lot better, because it's really much more of a final kiss-off kind of thing as opposed to what 4 had, and yeah. Just a much better written ending, I'll say that much. But in any case, as we make our final escape towards the light, we have to escape! Come on, we can do it! We can win!
Is fair. It'll always be above everyone's head, no different.
Like the sky. I feel like my heart is becoming clear.
Let's not forget, though, the Underworld's evil is still alive. They will someday return.
There's no need to worry, right? Because the world has the legendary Dark Knight Dante. And his sidekick. Devil never cry. Yes? Okay, great. Where's the place? We'll be right there. This one has the password. Sounds heavy.
Okay, let's get it over with in 10 minutes. Can't let a single one of those suckers live.
5 minutes.
More than enough.
Two things I want to point out there. First of all, notice how Trish had Devil's Sword Sparta and Dante had Force Edge. I'd like to remind you that they're meant to be two versions of the same sword, so how they split apart is just... And the second thing of which that I want to point out, Devil Never Cry. That sign name doesn't stick, and I changed it right back in Devil May Cry 2 for some reason. I guess Hideki Kamiya didn't expect this to be more than a one-game deal, but to be perfectly honest, I mean, even if the rest of the Devil May Cry series didn't exist and this was just a one-game thing, as it seemed to be the case, Devil May Cry pretty much tells all its story in one game, which... I'm not gonna say that the series or, you know, the idea of Devil May Cry would have been better for that, but... all the same, I think it does sort of go to show the strength of what Devil May Cry 1 has as a game. In terms of story, you might think it's a bit story-light, but... I don't know, it knows enough to lay on the backseat to let the gameplay do the talking, or to let the player sort of soak up a lot of the background mythology of Malay Island and, you know, Mundus and the Castellans at their leisure, but at the same time has enough cutscenes to both punctuate action and atmosphere, you know, in equal shares. And speaking of action and atmosphere, Devil May Cry 1, the best game that I feel got the balance between those two right. A bit of that is to do with the fact that, you know, it does have a bit of that Resident Evil DNA in there, allowing you to explore, you know, documents and notes left behind by the castle's inhabitants that, you know, do give a little bit of the horror about, you know, what demons were there before Dante showed up, and a lot of the castle's history, the stuff about the underworld, all that good stuff. But at the same time, though, the action is also there to just be really solid. Enemy dynamics are enough to counteract Dante's moves, and again, if you can't think on the fly, well, you're as good as dead. So, I mean, really, Devil May Cry is, it's a fantastic game. I mean, I know in my heart of hearts, if I ignore the logic in my brain, I still prefer Devil May Cry 2 for reasons that I'll probably get into with, well, the review, which, it should be posted sometime in October, I should say. But as for anything else, yeah, the logical part of my brain just finds Devil May Cry 1 to be a much better constructed game, for very different specific reasons as well. But oh, now we're getting into the somber part where we talk about sweet things, about sharing and caring, and love of the children, like Drew Coombs, my favorite voice for the Dante, and Sarah LaFleur, my favorite voice for the Trish. And David Keeley, my favorite voice for the Virgil. No disrespect to Daniel Southworth or David Delator. But, yeah. That's neither here nor there in this case. I don't know, Devil May Cry. I just love the game's story, I like the gameplay, and I just feel like there are a lot of, you know, aspects of its Resident Evil DNA that just really make the game feel like a complete experience, and one I can enjoy over and over again. It does lack a few of the touches that later games would add to the series, but overall, I'm still very happy to play this game, and, you know, as we're talking about the sweet music, I'm just happy to be here with my companion cat Chaos here, enjoying Devil May Cry. Yeah, we are here to commentate, or whatever. In any case, though, to talk about further commentaries yet to be in the future, Shinji Mikami had fuck all to do with this game other than saying, yeah, that's good, hangs up the phone. But yeah, assuming that Sonic Adventure 2 isn't still going on at this stage, then, not really too sure what I'll be covering next, so I guess I'll leave you with a bit of a surprise. In any case, though, yeah, Sonic Adventure 2 should either still be concurrent at this moment, or unless it finishes up a bit early. But in any case, though, still a few more commentaries left to go, and, let's see what our final ranking is for the road. Come on, make it a good one. Don't let this baby cry with its sweet music. Yeah, there we go. An S rank. 3,000 points. And a delicious 1,000 orbs for the next playthrough. But don't you worry, because we still have a little bit more Devil May Cry fun left to go. There is a bonus video where I'll be exploring, well, a very brief segment of the Dante Must Die mode. I'll also be showing off some of the alternate costumes you can get, and in turn, well, showing off a little alternate mission that I'm not too sure a lot of people have actually shown off, but I will. Because I love this game. It's pretty good, but now it's time to put the baby to sleep. So on that note, I am Solidus-Skully, keep it new metal, and I hope you enjoyed the commentary. It was a bit patchy in places, but overall, I had fun with this one, so see you later. Bye-bye.